What's up guys, welcome to Money Talk, the number one news source and the one information source for everything you need regarding your stock market, the financial world, and more specifically aTyr Pharma or aTyr Pharma, however you like to say it. Alright guys, now in today's video we're going to be discussing aTyr Pharma. I'm going to switch it up a lot of times, okay? Once I'm going to say aTyr, once I'm going to say aTyr, alright? Because I don't really know which is which either, okay? Or how you say this? Ticker symbol LIFE, alright guys? We're going to be talking about why this stock could be the next AMC short squeeze type of stock and why this stock could go absolutely parabolic in the upcoming weeks and maybe even months. So without further ado, but before we get started, if you're watching this video on anything other than the YouTube app, it's gonna be a button up there that says open an app, go to app, whatever it says. Okay, once you guys do press that, it will take you out of this weird format that you're in. If you're watching on Chrome, if you're watching on Safari, whatever you're watching on, it will just make the video a whole lot more pleasing to your eyes. All right, so press that. Now that you've pressed that, let's get this video on aTyr started. But guys, before we get started, I need to talk to you guys about something, okay? And this is something very important and beneficial to the both of us. And what is that? That is my Patreon. But wait, let me explain to you what makes my Patreon different from almost every other content creator's Patreon. That's because when I was putting together my Patreon, guys, I decided to outsource a whole lot of my Patreon. Now, what does that mean? Well, you know, as I know, being a profitable investor and a trader is all about having an edge over others in the market, correct? Now, what if I told you there was a way you could know exactly what stocks in the market other investors were interested in and they were excited about and they were keeping an eye out, right? That would be great, right? Well, what did I do, guys? That's why I went ahead and bought us a Stock Junkies Wall Street Bets trending algorithm. Now, what does the Wall Street Bets? If you're watching this video, you probably already know what Wall Street Bets is. But Wall Street Bets, with over 10.8 million community members, is the #1 community and place for all stock market discussions. All right, guys. And these guys, but however, if you've been on Wall Street Bets, you know it gets really messy, right? I mean, there's posts that have 25,000 comments. Is all over the place, and you don't know what stock to look at, what's going on or anything, right? What the next plays are, a lot of times you can't really tell. But what these guys did is that they built an algorithm that detects the top 3 most discussed stocks every single night on Wall Street Bets, and they give this information out for $50 a month, guys, right? Now, this is data that I've seen a lot of other investors and YouTubers, more specifically YouTubers that I watch, refer to, right? And they have subscribed to this to their website, to their data analyst or their algorithm rather, for $50 a month. But in my head, I was like, okay, why don't I pay the high premium and then give this information to my Patreons for only $8 a month? That's right, you heard that right. From $50 a month to $8 a month on my Patreon. Now, what's interesting is that they actually sent an alert, and aTyr Pharma was actually one of their most mentioned stocks. I think it was maybe September 13th or something, right, on Wall Street Bets. And so they sent out this email saying, look, this is the most mentioned stock, and then I sent an update of that to my Patreons, as you guys can see, right? And then in the next couple of days, aTyr went from, I think it was maybe $10 or something, or $9, it ran all the way up to $13, right, guys? I mean, and this wasn't the only time that they've been able to predict what the short squeeze plays are going to be, because, like, for example, they did this for aTyr, we did this for Catapult, we did this for forgot what the most recent one was, but I'm gonna put a photo up, okay, and you guys can see that. So you guys can get this information, right, every single night, know what the top 3 most trending stocks on Wall Street Bets are for only $8 a month, okay? The link to my Patreon is down below. If you guys want extra value, subscribe to the $20 version. To me, that's the best value case, right? Because the $20 version comes with my stock picks as well, and my stock picks have been green, all right? And I'm talking very green, all right? I mean, everyone's coming back, okay? Because they're making back that $20 a month 100% guaranteed. Now, let's get talking about aTyr Pharma. See, I'm mixing it up. All right, let's get talking about the short squeeze, baby. Now, although you guys are probably not here for the fundamentals, but I'm just going to give you guys a quick update of what aTyr Pharma is all about. So aTyr Pharma engages in the discovery and development of medicine based on the immunological pathways, right? And its products include aTyr 1923, aTyr 2810, and NRP2-MABS, and ARS-1, DARS-13, and the company was founded by Peter Schmiemel, or however you say his name, alright guys, and Ziling Yang, Bruce Butler on September 8th, 2005, and its headquarters is in San Diego, California. Now, speaking of the CEO and founder, Peter Schmishmiel, or however you say his name, that's not how you say it, it's Shemel, I believe, right? He's not a Shemel, right? He's a male. But anyway, all jokes aside, he actually went ahead and purchased 250,000 shares of aTyr stock on Monday, right? Now, what does this matter? Personally, I love seeing stuff like this, right? Because to me, it shows that this is a guy that believes in the company and there's some huge upcoming news. I mean, that's just, this is clear sign of insider trading, but it's kind of legal insider trading because you know that there's going to be good news in the upcoming maybe months or etc., right? Now, when it comes to the short squeeze interest, as of September 15th, guys, there was a short interest totaling 2,710,000 shares, which was an increase of 553% from the previous 15 days of 414,000 shares. Now, guys, it's important to point out that this 553% that we're seeing is only what they're showing us, right? I mean, in the books, AMC has a short interest of 20%, right? It has a all-time high short interest of 20%, but in reality, we know that AMC's short interest is not 20%. It's more something like around 200% at least, 200 to 500%, I believe, right? And those are conservative estimates as to what the short squeeze is. The short interest is. This is due to the usage of what is called a dark pool, right? These are pools that hedge funds use. They're not actual pools, okay? They're not actual pools, but they're rather a type of algorithmic trading, and they kind of inject the shares into the market without there actually being real shares, right? They use what is called synthetic shares to kind of make the float of a stock bigger and bigger, and then they short those stocks, and then it's harder for us to kind of. So the way it works, the way I like to explain this is the stock market is simple supply and demand, right? You know this, I know this, and so when the supply is fixed, when you buy something, the stock goes up, right? The price goes up. That's what happens. And when you sell something, the price goes down, right? Because the demand isn't there. Supply is fixed, demand isn't there, the stock goes down. And who wants to buy something nobody wants to buy? Nobody, right? But on the other hand, what these guys do through these dark pools is that they change the supply, right? So the demand is kind of moving as it always does every single day. But what they do is that they inject, right? They inject the market with synthetic shares using these dark pools. And basically what this does is that when there's bigger supply, right, and the demand remains the same, when there's bigger supply, the price goes down, right? And these guys basically use this technique in order to gain in their short positions, right? And this has been known. This has been known for many years. But however, now the apes, right, what we call ourselves, the AMC army, these guys are putting together a kind of a movement, if you were to call it, and getting the SEC to finally do something about this, right? Because the market's been manipulated for way too long by these hedge funds, right? And it's time that we take some action. So at the time of recording this video, it is Saturday night, and unfortunately Stock Junkies doesn't give updates on Fridays and Saturdays because it doesn't really matter what the next day's most discussed stock is, apparently to them. Okay, so tomorrow night I'm going to be updating my Patreons whether or not aTyr or aTyr is one of the top 3 most mentioned stocks on Wall Street Bets, so you guys know whether to take action on this short squeeze play and whether or not the Wall Street Bets army is going to take action on this short squeeze play or not. So with that being said, guys, check out the Patreon. Okay, it's $8 a month, and there's not much at stake. Okay, so if you guys don't like it this month, just go ahead and unsubscribe. Right, so check that out. It's a link in the comments. First comment pinned. Check that out. Now, with that being said, guys, this was a quick little update on aTyr, the short squeeze interest, the short interest rather, and where this stock I believe is headed. Okay. Now, with that being said, if you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching. Make sure to smash the like button so more people get to see what is going on with aTyr, and maybe they can make some moves on, and they can join in on the short squeeze, because we need as many hands on deck as we can get to get this 553% going. Right now, with that being said, thank you for watching, guys. Money talk.